Okay, so this is going to be the demonstration for the warm-up, and you can play this video and follow along with me. And this is a really great way to get your body ready to become an instrument. So when we're singing, our body is the instrument and we move a lot. We have to learn how to move our body to make an instrument. So this is just going to get you loosened up, it's going to get you warm, and it's going to get you ready to make a lot of sound. So the first thing I do is actually a little like stretching. So I'm going to look down at the ground and I'm stretching my neck. So I look down at the ground and then I pull my left ear to my left shoulder and I pull it and I stretch my neck. And then I look up to the sky, and I be really careful when I look up to the sky not to hurt my neck. And then I bring my right ear to my right shoulder and I'm stretching the side of my neck, right? And I can just do that, and then I look down again. And then I'll do a big circle, just like that. Just like that. Big circle. And then you can go the other way. You can bring your right ear to your right shoulder, and you can look up. And then your left ear to your left shoulder, and you can look down. You can just do big circles like that. Okay, so that's really great. And then we're going to stretch our shoulders and our arms. So your hands are at your side. They kind of raise up kind of like a zombie or something. And then they reach up high. And then you reach up as high as you can. And then you bring it down to the side. And they're back by your side again. And then you can go backwards. They float up to the side. And then you reach up as high as you can, as high as you can. And then they just come in front of you, right back down like that, okay? Okay, and then we can put our hands on our waist, and it's like we're a slinky. So your whole body can tip to the left, like we did our neck, but our whole body. So our ribs are really stretching now. And then we come back up, and then we go to the other side, and our whole body tips. And my hands are on my hips because they help me figure out everything from my hands up is tipping. So they help me figure that out. And your ribs are stretching. And then we can come back to the left. We can go, and then this time reach your arm over your head and reach far. And then it comes back, and your hand comes back down. And then your left hand can go up and over when you go to the right. Oh, that feels good. And then you'll come back down. Okay, so now your ribs are nice and loose. And then what we're going to do is stretch our hips and our knees and our ankles and our legs. So you can just squat down. I spread my feet out a little bit. And then you can just squat down and don't touch the ground. And then hang out there for a second and then stand back up. And try not to tip over, right? And then squat down again. And don't quite touch the ground, not quite touching the ground, and then come back up. And we'll just do that one more time. Stretch down, and then come right back up. Okay, and then we're going to go on to the breathing. We're going to get our breathing ready. And so you're going to go to the singing stance. So what I do is I have my feet spread out just a little bit, like if I put two fists together and right in between, right? My feet are right outside there. And so I can put one foot just a little bit forward if I'm more comfortable like that. Whichever foot can be just a little bit forward, or they can both be the same, wherever you're most comfortable. And then my hips and my legs go right over my feet, and my knees are just a little bit bent, not too much like this, but not straight like that. They're just a little bit bent. And then we have, you have your ribs and your shoulders right over your hips. And then your chest is nice and tall, right? And then my head is just right over my shoulders, so I'm nice and tall, right? And then when I'm singing, I don't want to have my hands in my pockets or anything like that, or I don't want to have them crossed like that. I just want to let them relax and just be kind of loose and just hanging out there, right? And maybe you can bounce your knees a little bit. Make sure you're nice and relaxed, right? Shake your fingers out, right? Just make sure you're nice and relaxed. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my breathing ready. So I'm going to put my hands on my ribs. I sort of cross my arms, and I have my hands touching my ribs because I want to feel them moving when I take a big breath in. And you want to feel your ribs get really big. And then you breathe out, and your ribs get really small, right? So you breathe in, and you get a lot of air with your lungs, right? And then you breathe out, and push all the air out. And just do this a few times. Take a big breath in. As much air as you can, and then push it out. Push all the air out. As much as you can out. Completely empty. And if you feel lightheaded, just take a break. Maybe take a drink of water. When we breathe a lot, sometimes we just get lightheaded. And you should get used to it. But obviously you don't want anything bad to happen. So if you feel lightheaded, take a break, sit down, get a drink of water, and wait until you're ready to do a little bit more. And just do a little bit more. We're just getting our breathing ready. And then maybe you just drop your hands now that you've helped get your ribs ready. Maybe you just drop your hands and then do the same thing. Take a big breath in and then push the air out. Awesome. Do one more just like that. Fill all the way up as much as you can. And your belly gets nice and big too. Push all the air out, right? And then we'll do like we did, kind of like a siren, like an ambulance. Goes like, woo, woo, woo. So you'll do big breath in. Woo. And I like to use my hand to help, right? When I do the high note, my hand goes high, and then I bring it down when the note goes low. So I take my big breath in. Woo! Woo! As long as you can, right? And try to get all the air out when you do that. Go as high as you can and as low as you can, and every time maybe try to get a little bit further and sing nice and loud. So just do that one more time. Big breath in. Woo! 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 And you can make weird faces because you're making all these weird sounds, right? And that should be good. So just do that. Do that a little bit every day. You can replay parts of the video if you want to do more, but that'll get you ready to sing. So once you do this, then you'll go on and you'll start singing your song that you're focusing on this week. Okay, and have fun.